after just coming back from the June forum, the mayor's forum of June. In June, there was a May forum, there's a June forum, there was an April forum, April, May, June, then there's going to be a July one, maybe August. I don't know. They should do August, September, October. They should keep doing these forums until the very end, because it's good that they started talking about this so far out. The more that you plan on something, the better it is. So really, I mean, I think all thanks to Taylor Voss. He put his name on it. He's a city, a school board member now. And so he puts an air of professionalism on it by him being there. That being said, I don't know if I really like the format. Today he was saying that it has to be family friendly, so watch your mouth, all right? Don't you fucking cuss, you sons of bitches. And then the common people weren't allowed to talk, and I understand having a nice, tightly, well, regulated machine, but I also like democracy. And I think we should stick it out and talk about all of our issues until every single one of us agrees on every solution to every single problem. So that's the ideal, unanimous consent for what we're going to do as a collective body. So if somebody has something to say, I want to hear them say it. And usually it's those back and forth interactions, those back and forth exchanges where you can really see a person's character. You can really see what they believe in. You can see what they actually say. It's when you actually, dig a little bit deeper underneath the surface. So it was successful, right? So I'll say it's successful. Again, I didn't really like the format too much. You had 100 questions in there, and we asked, maybe 6 questions. And we only were able to talk about so many things. There's 10 candidates, so there's just so many people that's already there. So, I mean, the in-depth analysis, basically the candidates have 1 to 2 minutes to really, they got opening statements, they got a closing statement. So they really got to come with their A game, and they really got to spit it out. This is what I'm about. Here's what's going on. And then that's it. Now, I want to mention real quick the people who should be disqualified from running for mayor. You had everybody that was in city council last year that passed the mayor, unless you're just showing your ass that all you wanted was ambition, pure naked ambition, you're setting up a corn maze. So this is Dennis Flores too. So Lori Winter, Steve Noraki, nor Dennis Flores should have an entitled perspective that they should just get the mayor's fucking race. Dennis Flores is newly elected, so he sees the trajectory. He sees that he might be able to get this thing. He is old school establishment. He does have the money. He does not respect the people of Pueblo, so he thinks he could just say, hey, I'm smarter than you assholes. Here's a bunch of billboards. I've been around for a long time. I know your kids, so you better go out there and vote. We Democrats need to stick together. So he did the 2-round voting system to protect the 2-party duopoly. He did not believe in instant runoff voting, so he doesn't believe in a true blue fair election. He doesn't believe in a fair election for independents or third parties. So he's very much for a 2-party duopoly. He's okay with having a 2-party system, a 2-party dictatorship. Not only do I hate his policies, I hate his entitled attitude. It's like when they ask what's his qualifications, it's almost like that Nick Ayers. It's like, well, I'm born and raised here. That's not a qualification. That's why you should leave to everybody because you just happen to be fucking born here. No, it needs to be merit-based. And Nick Ayers is actually going to say that. They're going to ask what kind of diverse cabinet are you going to have, and he goes, I don't care about, any of the attributes, gender, race, any of that. He just cares about experience and merit, if they can do the job. So diversity at end of itself is not, a goal for Nick Ayers, which I thought was a good answer, because things should be merit-based. You want diversity. You shouldn't run away from diversity, but you shouldn't force a fake diversity just to have that, that pretty picture. So Dennis Flores, he is not inspiring. I do not like his policies. Not only do I not like his policies, I don't like his entitled attitude. It's like, so he was here and he's been around here for years, so we should just all, bow down to him. When he talked about how he has a management style and he's only had one management style and nothing else, I want a leader. I don't want a manager. I don't want an oppressor. I don't want an authoritarian oppressor. I want a Martin Luther King. I want somebody that can come out and say, you know what, we can do this. Tell me the truth. Don't bullshit me. Don't lie to me. Don't tell me we can do things we can't do. But, get us dreaming, swinging for the fences. Get us dreaming about, a better tomorrow, the promised land, about this new technology, solar city, this marijuana technology, solar city that we're going to be creating. Tony Pemberton is inspiring. Tony Pemberton, basically, I'm just a dude, I'm just a guy, I've done this, I've done that, let's get together, let's do 30-day, brain sessions. So Tony Pemberton has referent authority. He is a leader. He is inspiring. I'm not going to listen to Tony Pemberton because he says I'm going to manage. He told me to actually live dangerously and let's start to get to know our neighbors. But he also ran away from that. So is that the kind of mayor Tony Pemberton's going to be? Pemberton? He's going to tell you to do something when you go do it, then he'll go, oh, I didn't tell you to do it. It's not my fault. Motherfucker, that's exactly what you said. And if I'm a citizen of Pueblo, you better give a shit about what the fuck you got me to go do. You got me to go through, Fucking, this is your solution to this shit. So I'm just using Tony Pemberton as even Nick Granastar. Nick Granastar is talking about municipal electricity. That's exciting. That's new and that's exciting. Dennis Flores claimed to fame his big plank was mandatory trash. Well, he promised one thing and we got that thing, and that's not the greatest fucking thing in the world. It's not the worst, but, that's it. That's who Dennis Flores is. So I think actually just that election thing, who set up the, Lori Winter and Stephen O'Rourke actually voted to have changed the government into a mayor system. So they put the ballot initiative, they put the ballot referendum on the ballot. So they, instead of making Nick Granastar go get signatures, they went ahead and just put it on the ballot themselves. So Nick Granastar was able to break city council's back, and I bet you city council, when they were broken, they're kind of like, you know what, fine, I'll give you the mayor, Nick Granastar, but I'm going to run for mayor, watch me. And I guess you could do it, but it's unethical as fuck. So whereas Lori Winter was like, okay, we're going to design this new mayor system, Stephen O'Rourke says, all right, here's the new mayor system. Dennis Flores says, here's the electoral system we're going to use. They're making a corn maze, and they know exactly the maze. They already know which direction to go through the damn thing. So they're rigging the system. They're a bunch of cheaters. They're a bunch of damn cheaters. And so that's why we got to have very much, a real separation between those who create the government versus those who actually sit in government and lead us. You're going to, I'm supposed to trust the assholes that create the fucking rules to lead the damn thing? I don't even think they wrote the rules up right. So I'm supposed to trust these motherfuckers that didn't write the rules to begin with. They don't even believe in constitutional republics. I'm supposed to trust that they're going to, I don't think so. So he killed a fair election. He's been around for a long time, 1,000 homeless kids, all this poverty. What's he been doing? What the fuck? He's on the board of U.S. Bank, so he's an advisor to U.S. Bank. He's a one-percenter. He's a right-wing conservative Democrat. He's a Republican. Fuck it. Let's just say, Nick Granastar is a conservative Democrat, but Dennis Flores is a Republican. He exited the Democratic Party, the progressive Democratic Party, a long time ago. I bet Dennis Flores might actually call himself a liberal Reaganite or some shit. So, okay, who is Dennis Flores? Dennis Flores, the old goathead who's accepted bullshit around here for way too long. So he's for mandatory trash, which forces us to buy a service from one of 3 private corporations around here which put trash into landfills. So fucking up our groundwater, putting all that poison into the ground, all that methane coming out, you actually have worse of a global warming problem with the way we're doing it instead of the way Grand Jokes is doing it. So the rich yuppies trying to tax the poor into oblivion. Dennis Floyd brags about this shit that nobody gives a shit about. He thinks mandatory trash is the most important issue ever. He's been living in a rich neighborhood, and, he wants everybody to just bow down and just pay. Everybody's got plenty of fucking money, right? No, $50 could break some of these poor people. He don't get that. They also ask him about trash. What about the waste from these marijuana pot farms? Can we turn electricity from the waste from the marijuana pot farms? Of course we can. But then Dennis Flores is like, well, I don't know. And then later on, Dennis Flores is going to say, well, I am pro-recycling. Well, that's good. You're pro-recycling. Nobody was asking if you were pro or against recycling. That's a dumb little child baby question. Why don't you actually talk to us like goddamn adults? Not only do we not have a recycling program here for the city, you just mandated the trash, so you're forcing people to do it. You can force people to recycle, Dennis Flores. But Dennis Flores isn't going to force people to recycle because he really didn't give a shit about the environment. And now, he's like, oh, man, I don't mind taxing the poor and controlling the poor's behavior, but he don't want his behavior to be controlled. We should mandate recycling just to show Dennis Flores, fuck you, man. Nah, you're going to mandate trash? We'll mandate recycling. And then when it came to turning the waste of marijuana pot crops into electricity, he was like, had his, thumb up his ass. He's just like, oh, I don't know about that. What do you mean you don't know about that? How could you be against it? To say something about the economics of it, but if it's beneficial economically, you should always do it. You should look into it, and if you can make electricity from trash, if you could, trash, there's money in trash. Sweden has been making a shit ton of money off the trash. They've ran out of trash in Sweden. They're buying Norway's trash. There's money in trash. It's ridiculous that we even have to pay anybody for this fucking shit. If the city of Pueblo had their shit together, if they had progressive ideas, then we would, see a much better system. So Dennis Flores, he's against instant runoff voting. He's against electricity to waste to electricity program. He's just against any new thing that he don't know. He's an old Republican, an old-ass Republican, and this old-ass conservative Republican don't want to change nothing. He wants more oppression, more fascism. He's a Republican. He wants to help private corporations. He's mandating mandatory trash so the private corporations can make more fucking money off the backs of working families, and it's not helping the environment. He doesn't give a shit about the poor, doesn't give a shit about the homeless. Grand Junction's been turning trash into electricity for a long time, but Dennis is stupid as fuck. He's old. He's on the advisor board for U.S. Bank, which should tell you a lot there. He goes to U.S. Bank and he gives them advice. Does he have a homeless kids advisory board? Does he have a Stop the Heroin Addicts advisory board? He's on all these boards. He's been in politics for 50 fucking years. Why is Bessemer such a fucking mess? Why are there goat heads all over the place? Why do you have homeless and all these addicts all over the place? Because they don't have a home. They don't have a place to go. You're creating the fucking criminals, and then you're going to throw them in jail. So we're going to spend $700 a day to throw them in jail. But we're not going to, put $20 up for them so they can have a decent fucking, with some bunk beds? So Dennis Flores voted to rig the mayoral system with the 2-round Kyrgyzstan election instead of the bestest instant runoff voting system. So I just expect Flores to force himself on the Pueblo City with billboards, not progressive ideas. He's going to force himself with advertisements, with ads, with, just basically shaking hands, maybe trying to buddy-buddy, but he doesn't have any good progressive ideas. He has no planks. He's got no platform whatsoever fucking ever. He says he's pro-recycling as if that was even a real question. Well, I'm in favor of recycling. No shit, Sherlock. He said mandatory trash is the most important issue. So let's see. Him not wanting to turn trash into electricity, him being against instant runoff voting, him killing a fair election, him ignoring the many homeless children and all the poverty that's been in Pueblo City for decades. He's been in politics for decades. How come he ain't going to do shit? He's in the city council right now, so he can do all the things he's saying he wants to do. He wants to change shit. He didn't answer any of the questions right. Bunch of bullshit. He ain't going to change nothing. He ain't going to help nobody. He says we need to go around educating our community because he's so smart. The people are stupid. Help them to navigate. We do need an ombudsman, but did he say that? No. He says we need to educate our community. Shut the fuck up. Dennis Flores, you are an elitist snob. You are stuck up. You need to go educate the community about how when you mandate trash that you're really giving a No, you're not. No, you're not. If you truly care about the trash problem, then you would get some money. You would get us paid for our trash. All these other companies, Grand Junction does it. Grand Junction, Colorado, give them a call. Here's their system. They believe in reduce, reuse, recycle, then recover. Reduce, reuse, recycle, then recover. They have an overall philosophy, what they do with the entire city. Reduce the amount of waste you have. Reuse the shit you can reuse. Recycle, which can be recycled, and then recover. That which can't be reduced, reused, recycled, get the energy from that and turn it into electricity. That's like some Back to the Future Star Wars shit. That's some Star Trek shit. That's some technology. Let's use technology that we have. But the old goat head don't want to use no new technology. The old goat head's an entitled asshole. He's got a track record of keeping the homeless here. He's got a track record of creating lots of heroin addicts to go around begging and stealing. He's responsible for the Pueblo shitstorm we see now. Nick Ayers says it's never been prosperous, so we don't need to make Pueblo great again. We don't need to go back to a bygone era. The steel industry, the steel plants, the ones that killed all the people in Ludlow. Yeah, that's a great fucking legacy. They killed, 20 kids? Yeah, great fucking job, steel. And then it's also owned by the Russians. It's also billions of fucking dollars. If anything, we need a government that's going to hold the steel plant accountable. Now, I hear they got a good working union, and if that's good, fine. That's great. If they are providing good jobs with benefits and the union, says that they're happy, fine. But they could do a lot more. I mean, I think the steel plant's got more money than the city does. The city's got $100 million. So Dennis Flores, he's an entitled asshole. He's like, I'm a manager, so I can manage 23 department heads in the city. He's got a degree in management, so he's a fucking genius, right? He got a degree. He's so much smarter than everybody else. He's got a management style he's been using his entire career, so somebody taught him one management style. He's just an authoritarian prick. You could feel the authoritarianism just coming off of him. So he's an old-ass establishment, been in there for, in 23 department heads. We were only supposed to have 10 departments. Why do we have 23 department heads now? But anyways, he's like, hey, I could spend $100 million of the city's money like it ain't nobody's business, right? Okay, so Dennis Flores, the lawyer winner, Steve Naraki, these are three candidates that have thrown their hat into the ring. I think that they should be disqualified because they're the ones that created the corn maze. And if you know the corn maze, if you know how to, you drew up the whole system, then you know how to navigate through the system. And so that just means that I believe that the two-round voting system is rigging the election for the two-party system. That's what Dennis Flores is doing. He's manufacturing the majority vote. He didn't get a majority vote. He only had, 15% of the people in his district, or 15%, which is respectable. He got more than everybody else, but 15% ain't the majority. 15% ain't the majority. He's an entitled asshole. It's like he was born here. He's been a Democrat. He's been on all these boards. We're just supposed to trust him. His wisdom is so smart. He doesn't give a shit. He's got a lack of heart. He's got a lack of compassion. And if there's intelligence meant anything, it would be for his compassion. It would be for, the things that he wants to do for others. But if he's just going to be a right-wing Republican, well, of course there's no money in helping the poor. There's no money in helping the homeless. There's no money in cleaning up the environment. These are areas that capitalism will always fail. They will always fail because there's no money. If you spill shit, you cost you money to clean up stuff. It's only a liability. To give somebody a house, to give people a chance, to build a shelter just for free? Yeah, because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to actually give a shit instead of flooding our jail system and getting cops, to beat people up. They come right back. You're not solving the damn problem. And these are locals, too. There's some outsiders, but there are local homeless people here. So, yeah, Dennis Flores. Do not vote for Dennis Flores.